Alright, dickheads, welcome back to practicing figures on artwod roadmap, right? Yes, I've already mentioned, but I'm like changing shit up in terms of just adding a few more things to practice, trying to actually properly incorporate interleaving, right? Fuck, there's a better intro to this. Artwod, right? Gluck, 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 who am I? I'm Viggy. I've been drawing for 3 years and 8 months. This is what I can currently do from imagination, right? This channel is a repository of my practice to prove that anybody can draw, especially you, right? Watch me become great, blah, blah, bullshit, whatever. My voice is still fucked. I didn't draw yesterday because I was actually feeling horrible in terms of the sickness, but I'm better today, so obviously I want to draw, right? And if I can do it, you can do it. I don't really, like, I'm just tired, but, fucking, I don't know where this is going. Anyways, get your pen and get your paper, draw along, right? Keep my ass out of the background, mute me because I sound like dick, right? And yes, dick does have a sound, I would know, but but I'm speaking it right now. But anyways, what are we doing? We're doing the artwod figure roadmap, right? I'm now interleaving portrait, challenge 52, figure, and then hands from, I don't know why the fuck I'm counting like this. Who does this? But anyways, and hands is part of the figure roadmap, right? The artwod figure roadmap. Seriously, like, and Antonio Staperis, the creator of artwod, like, fucking all credits to him, all credits to his thing. Like, they're literally the reason I can draw, right? I'm just practicing their material. Like, they are the fucking goats. But with that being said, we're again going all the way back to the basics. We're gonna start from the beginning of the figure roadmap. So the previous parts I was trying to mannequinize too early, and like they've really fleshed out the figure roadmap. So now we're going to practice, right? Something they call the, and I'm already like starting to visualize and like really try to understand exactly what I'm doing, because the whole goal right now is like basically they call it the stick figure mannequin, right? Like even more simple, and it's basically you just draw fucking t-shirt and pants, right? And I'm obviously going to make it slightly more difficult, but what am I visualizing? Already I'm really trying to focus on visualizing the entire box, right? Like the whole goal I have for this and all my upcoming practice sessions is to practice, right, visualizing while applying, of course, but also calculating, like zooming out. Like right now, I'm really trying to zoom out and calculate the rest of this figure while I apply. Like I'm trying to find that balance between visualizing, calculating, applying, as well as the speed in which I do it as well. Now, Antonio also recommends drawing with with the um the cylinder, right? The neck cylinder attached, because that is what's going to get, like, that's what's actually going to help you a lot with understanding the form. And that's already a mistake. Like I've already made a bunch of mistakes. What am I thinking about right now? I'm trying to think about the ellipse inside of here, right? And that's coming out here, and that's the cylinder, right? I'm also again trying to think about, and I'm looking at the example that they provided, of course, but I'm also trying to think about the overall ratio of these, because it's 8 heads, right? Like a stick figure is 8 heads. He said not to worry about proportions too much, but I am going to worry about proportions because I want to think about it to the best of my ability. Like while I'm looking here, I'm already seeing through the box. I'm trying to see every single diagonal cross section inside this box. Like I just want to keep thinking. I just want to keep thinking. I just want to keep visualizing. Like right now I'm thinking about one giant box that's connecting, right? And I want it to be 8 heads long, right? Like technically the torso is 3, right? And then I want this other to be 8, like the leg area. Sorry, to be 4, because yeah, it's 8 heads long. Fucking Jesus Christ, my explanations all over the place. But I'm gonna try my best to have a general idea of what I am doing, right? And right now I'm trying to think about a plane that is and this is already like off, but I'm trying to think about a plane that is like coming down here and then diagonal cross section, and then I'm trying to apply that to the best of my ability to the overall box in of itself, right? Like I'm thinking about this overall box, I'm trying to think about this diagonal cross section, this diagonal cross section, right? And then I'm just trying to apply it in perspective, right? And he actually, again, he encourages greatly to use these like extreme angles, right? He encourages us to use these extreme angles to actually be able to think through the perspective better, right? And that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to think through the perspective. And again, I'm visualizing the entire plane to the best of my ability. And I'm making a lot of beautiful mistakes. I'm genuinely making a lot of beautiful mistakes, right? That's exactly what we want, is we want to make a lot of mistakes. Like right now, I'm already incapable of visualizing the entire box, right? This entire like, because what is this? What is this forcing me to do? This forcing me to zoom out and visualize multiple components at the same time. Like this line is already incorrect, right? Like I've already fucked that line up. And I'm also trying to focus on my line work in and of itself. Like these arms are way too short. Like you see here, this is actually a mistake. That arm is supposed to be longer. And in general, I'm pretty sure these arms are supposed to be longer. Like these are kind of childlike proportions in terms of the arm length, right? So that's already a mistake. So I could actually extend this a decent amount outward, right? And again, while I'm doing this, I'm really trying to think about, and it's extremely difficult, trust me. Like I'm trying to hold this entire box in perspective, and I'm trying to think about this. And again, like obviously, let's see, this is rep number 1. We're doing the 50 rep rule, of course, right? And I'm trying to, and this is extremely uncomfortable. Like I'm trying to think about this overall plane right here. And while also, again, balancing decent line work, right? We're trying to make sure our lines aren't utter dog shit in comparison, right? And I'm also like explicitly trying to make the angle of this, the arms that jut out, to be slightly different than the angle of the legs, right? So what do I mean by that? Look, well, what I mean is like I'm visualizing a plane like this, right? And the arms will be this angle, right? But the legs, I'm gonna make, well, that's off center, but the legs will be this angle, right? So that's gonna again force me to really like they're gonna be following this angle, right? This perspective, like this is the angle in perspective in relation to the intersections that I'm creating. Like that is gonna really force me to understand. And right now, like I'm fucking struggling bare. I don't know if anybody, I don't know if anybody in my audience uses that vernacular, right? That old, that slang, but I'm struggling so hard while I'm talking to think about this. And now I'm really trying to lean in and think about the different angles, right? Because trust me, it is very, very hard to do so, right? It is genuinely extremely difficult to think about. And again, like how much, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like roughly, I guess that's how big the legs are. But I'm trying really, really hard to think about the overall box and then the plane inside of that box and the diagonal angles, right? And then also the subtlety of the legs themselves, right? And that's something like right around here, right? And same with this one. I'm trying to think, and this is already wrong. Like this angle doesn't even look good. But this is a beautiful, beautiful mistake, right? This is a beautiful fucking mistake. And honestly, I think what I should do is like use this plane right here, perhaps as like the reference point. Maybe, maybe not, because that is not a perfect cube either, right? And I know Antonio specifically says to not worry about perfection, but for me, it's not about perfection. That's a mistake as well. I wasn't really thinking there. But for me, it's not about perfection, and this is not the arm, right? Maybe we should make a little box for the hand here. Right. For me, it's not about perfection. It's about calculating, right? And I'm not doing that well, because this is, what is this? Like I'm trying to align this here as well, right? And that's very difficult to do. That's very difficult to do. And again, I'm trying to balance my line work with it. And you can see my line work is suffering quite drastically. Oh, it's just so good. And this is off. These are misaligned as well, right? But this is what's gonna force me to really think. Like this is one of hundreds of repetitions, right? So I know I keep saying right. I don't know who the fuck I'm saying right to, but it's genuinely, and again, the legs are going to be shorter in this angle because we do have a slight convergence happening, right? So I'm just trying to think this through right now. I'm just, bless me, I'm really trying to zoom out while applying. And this is like really hurting my brain because I'm trying to see the overall plane here, the overall box. I'm genuinely trying to see the overall box to the best of my ability, like this plane and the box here. And I'm trying to zoom out. I'm literally not looking here. And while I do that, I'm trying to visualize the perspective. And obviously I had to look here while I was doing this, but that was really difficult, right? But I'm trying to really zoom out, keep my lines clean. And this is taxing my working memory a lot. Like this is genuinely taxing my working memory quite a fucking bit, right? And I think Antonio even mentions like to put the feet, like he says, if you want to make it more difficult, put the feet, what's it called? The fucking foot box, right? To, I guess, make things more like likened to the, and again, like while I'm doing this, I'm really struggling. I'm genuinely really struggling to think about anything right now. And this is just the first attempt. So obviously, like I can already tell there's a lot wrong with the alignments, but this is great because what is it going to teach me? It's going to teach me to visualize. It's going to teach me to keep zooming out. And I keep zooming in, so I'm making a lot of mistakes here. It's going to teach me to zoom out. It's going to teach me to align the perspective. I made a lot of mistakes with that line too. So that is beautiful. That is amazing. Rep number 1 took 10 minutes, right? So it seems like 4 to 5 reps per session, right? And then this is roughly, I guess, the the mannequin, right? But I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. And this, I feel extremely uncomfortable. Like while doing this, I feel extremely uncomfortable because I'm really trying to tax my brain and to zoom out. But I'm trying to zoom out, but also trying to keep all these different elements in mind, and also trying to calculate at the same time, and also trying to do it not fast, but I'm trying to push my discomfort. I want to be in a state of desirable difficulty, right? That's part of learning. So again, like I'm trying to be in a state where I'm calculating to the best of my ability, but I'm also trying to apply relatively just a bit faster than I normally would in terms of the line and in terms of the decision making. This is going to not only improve my ability to make the decision and improve my line work, but you know, it's putting me in a state of discomfort, which is what I want, right? And I'm constantly thinking about all these different things. So already, like again, Antonio, you're a fucking genius. Like this 2D mannequin, like the part 2D, part 3D mannequin is a great way to integrate. And like again, he just calls it the t-shirt pants method, I guess, like something like that, right? Where it's just we all know relatively like the general proportions for t-shirts and pants, right? And this allows us to not think too much about the proportions, but also to think about the plane, right? And what am I thinking about here? Like, what was I actually thinking about? I was thinking about this. I'll just put it generally, but I was thinking about this, right? This is what I was trying to keep in mind. This plane, and then these diagonals, right? And then this intersection, and then this diagonal, like right here. Fuck, I fucked that up. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of mistakes, right? And then this diagonal right here. It's something like this, but trying my best to keep this all in mind. But this also may be inaccurate. Like I'm still figuring out what I want to think about while I do this as well, because I'm trying to build my own version of this, right? My own geometrically sound version of this, because I personally am enamored by getting geometric consistency down, even in my visualizations, my applications, right? The better my spatial reasoning, the better my spatial reasoning. Like kind of a fucking no-brainer. But anyways, please rest your brain. I'm gonna do the same. Anyway, yeah. All right, cool. Let's keep taxing our brain, right? So this is actually wrong. This is not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about this large one, and then I was thinking about this. This is the narrow one, like this one, right here, like going down here. And that's what I was trying to think about, right? So say it right one more time, Biggie. Right. Anyways, voice completely fucked. But onwards to the second rep. And this is what, again, I'm already genuinely trying to think about the horizon line, the vanishing point. I'm really trying to zoom out. And I love this because Antonio, and I'm trying to really zoom out, but like Antonio recommends quite a bit to push your own abilities, right? To do these very difficult angles. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to obviously keep the perspective in mind while I do this. But this is what is beautiful because I get to foreshorten. I get to foreshorten quite a bit. And that's exactly what I want. I want to practice. And while I'm doing this, I'm trying to zoom out and see the entire thing. Like I'm genuinely trying to zoom out, I'm trying to see the entire thing. And I'm in extreme discomfort. Like I'm genuinely, and because I'm also narrating while I'm doing this, right? So my working memory is already taxed, like trying to constantly, and this is the beautiful part about this interleaving is the fact that like it's all still spatial reasoning. It's just different types of spatial reasoning, right? And I'm already trying to see through the box while I do this as well. Like when I look here, I'm trying to see through the box, I'm trying to see the center point, and then I'm trying to get and I need to take a step back and visualize the entirety of this plane And there you go, it's something like this, right? And then same thing here. And when I say something like this, what I mean is like this is the plane I'm visualizing. And then I'm doing this, like at this side what I'm calculating, and then I'm putting down the center line, right? And then I'm calculating this as well. And this angle, that is what the leg is, right? That subtle nuance, that subtle difference in the angle. And I don't even know if I'm doing it correctly, but that is what I'm trying to do. And that is what I am currently attempting to visualize. And I'm really trying to zoom out. I'm genuinely really trying to zoom out right now and get the, and I'm trying to also like see through the form, right? Because seeing through the form is extremely important. Now, another issue is the fact that I what the fuck? I may have made the, because I'm trying to like, it's so hard to see the 3D box right here, but I may have made the pants a little bit too wide, or a little bit too narrow actually. I don't know if I did this correctly. See, that's definitely a mistake. That I had to curve that there. So they're definitely, actually, I don't know. Antonio does show a little bit of a gap here. He does show this. So that's probably too much. That's definitely too much. But either way, trying to really think about the overall box, and again, trying to really think about the overall perspective that I'm using in terms of this plane, right? And now, like, and again, I'm trying to hold this diagonal, like I'm trying to hold all that in my mind to the best of my ability. And there will be, oh, this is so difficult. This is beautiful because I'm genuinely trying to zoom out and see all of this at the same time. And let's see if what does the ellipse look like here? It's right in the middle, and it's something like this, I believe. Something like that. And then the box is like, this is the head. The box is something like this, right? Because it's following the convergence. It's following the perspective. Actually, no, it's not following the perspective. I fucked that up. This one is a mistake. This line, it should have been, I guess, more like this. Yeah, should be following this one. And then there you go. This is, that is the perspective. It's okay. It's nothing too bad, but already, like, do you see how something like this simple mannequin can, oh, it's so fucking, dude, it's so difficult. I love this. But you see how something like this simple mannequin can already help you understand, like, this even simpler, not even just like this is basically a 2.5D mannequin, right? But something like this can help you understand the 3D space a lot better just by focusing purely on, and I also fucked up the hands. I actually didn't add this as like beforehand, right? Because you have to, it forces you to think ahead on many different levels. And this is why I love artwod, because they simplify things to a degree that you don't even realize that you need to simplify them, or that would be beneficial to. And while I'm drawing this, I'm seeing through all the forms, and I'm constantly trying to zoom out and see the entire box. Like, the whole point is to try to see the entire box, right? And I'm purposefully drawing these in different sizes as well to get used to drawing it in different scales, right? But like artwod, they simplify to a degree that you don't even realize that you need to simplify to, but that's what helps. You know, that's genuinely what helps. And I'm trying so hard to visualize all of this. Like, at the end of the day, this is roughly the box that I'm putting it inside. And then I'm calculating inside that box. And I'm constantly trying to place things accurately in that perspective. And I did fuck this up. This is not good, because this has its own foreshortening, so it's not really following the perspective. This one should have been more like this, because this was okay. But this, yeah, see, that's incorrect. This box, because it's not following this, right? It's not following the perspective lines. But overall, like, this is Fucking dude, this is my second rep and I'm already like, this is a brilliant method, right? But oh, anyways, I said I was gonna make this more difficult. So right now, artwod says the first three exercises, like the first section is just draw the body, like the top half, and then the second one is draw like the top and the bottom, and then the third one is draw the entire mannequin. I'm obviously more advanced than that, so I'm doing the first is 50 reps of the entire mannequin, and then the second bout is 50 reps of the entire mannequin in different poses, and then the third bout is 50 reps of the entire mannequin in different poses with dynamic foreshortening. That's how, and that's minimum 50 reps, right? That's minimum 50 reps. But yeah, like this is fucking, dude, like already I feel as if it's made things a lot clearer. And the whole point, again, the whole point Antonio says, the whole point of this is to get down the, and see, like, this is what I'm thinking about, right? Like, you see how it's the exact same diagonal angle, right? Like, that is what I'm thinking about, this entire perspective. And he obviously encourages you to do a lot of 1 point and 2 point perspective. So I completely agree with that as well. And then this, you see this right here, that is this angle and that angle's roughly the same. Like, this is what I'm constantly forcing myself to think about, right? And to obviously try to see through the forms as much as possible. But and what I mean by this, like, this angle is this same as here. I do think I made a mistake somewhere for sure. I think I made a mistake somewhere for sure, regarding like this. There shouldn't be much of a gap here. When I look at his example, actually no, it looks like there is that much of a gap. So I don't know. It's not about getting like a perfectly replicable one, but I'm gonna try my best to keep figuring out a logic that makes sense to me. But I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. This is so fucking fun, bro. This is so fun because like I'm getting to apply all the intents of geometric visualization, but in different contexts now, which is exactly what my brain needs. Because how interleaving works is like there's something like we have to recall, right? There's something called like interference or some shit. I'm gonna write it down so I can explain it better next session because I forgot to write it down for this one. But I want to explain exactly like how interleaving works and why I've refined or revised my current practice to like actually include it. And again, like if I'm gonna do portraits, might as well go off on everything involving the people, right? Figure. Apart from obviously challenge 52, which is purely just to help me like keep refining my forms and my understanding of forms. But yeah, let me rest my brain and I encourage you to do the same, right? Good shit, good shit. Oh, I cannot speak. I need to drink some water, bro. So I just thought of a way to make this more difficult for myself, right? So clearly what I need to do, I believe, right? I could be wrong, but hold on, let me fucking, I gotta burp. Oh God. Ooh, okay. So here is what I'm going to create. For now, it might evolve and get more complicated, right? But for the time being, I think it should be something like this, where I visualize a box, right? I visualize a box, and the head is the middle of the box, right? And because we know the figure is 8 heads long, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. And this is the end of my box. That's what I'm gonna visualize. I'm gonna visualize this first. And then we're gonna again calculate the neck. Or I can think the neck is like half the fucking head. I don't fucking know, bro. It's all a lot to think about, right? But I'm gonna roughly get the neck down to like the second part, and then this is going to be, let's say again, like, and then that's where this comes into play, right? Getting this these diagonals in, and I'm gonna get, it's gonna be, this is at the edge of the box, like it's gonna be touching the edge of the box. It's gonna be right in the center. So that's what I need to visualize here as well. It's gonna be right in the fucking center, right? And the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to obviously get this, and this will go down to, let's say, the fourth part. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it's gonna go down to the third, I guess. Right, we're gonna have this go down to the third, right around here, like the third, like 3 heads long. Sorry, 3 heads long. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fuck, I guess 5 heads long. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm still trying to figure out the logic for all of this. NGL fam, niggle, right? And then this is going to go down. I don't know. I actually need to figure out the logic. I'm thinking something like this, of course, and then we have the hand and we have the feet, right? but I'm thinking something like that, right? I want to create a proper system in my mind that I can just geometrically hammer away at, right? Like that's the entire goal. So that is what I want to visualize. But for the time being, let's just try to think about a box. So I guess I'll start with that. We'll think about the box. Antonio said not to worry too much about the perspective, but I'm going to think about the box. I've already thought about it, right? And I'm trying to get the center line. So this is my box. And this is extremely difficult because I'm fucking grinding my brain trying to visualize this box right now, right? So I'm trying to, and I keep losing it. I keep losing this box. I'm gonna try to think about the box. I'm trying to get the length of this. And while I'm drawing this, I'm already losing the box a bunch, but I'm really, really, really trying to keep it in my mind, right? Think about the box, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out, think about the box. And then we have the neck. We have, yeah, he just made it like he didn't curve the neck or anything yet because the neck does have a tilt. But what I'm thinking about is like when I think about the neck cylinder, I'm thinking about seeing through the form and then diagonal cross section here, diagonal cross section here, and then the ellipse is perfectly in the center and then it's coming out like so. And then also again, this, I'm imagining this, like this is the grid that I'm imagining, right? Or visualizing, not imagining, sorry, calculating, right? So it's right in the center here, it's coming out here, right? And then we bring it out this way, and then this is the neck, right? That may be a little bit off and it may be a bit too long, right? That's something that I have to work on. And then now that I'm visualizing, I already lost the box, by the way. So I'm constantly trying to bring this box back to the center, right? And because the box edge is like right around here, right? So that means I need to understand the box edge is right around here, right? Obviously, like I'll draw over it once I'm done, but this is actually perfect. Like just this level of visualization is already extremely difficult for me to comprehend, which is good because what we want to do is consistently have a lot of difficulty with comprehension, right? Like that is the goal. The goal is to be in cognitive discomfort, right? Like that is the goal. Like right now, let's get it, I think right around there, right? That is the edge of, and again, my lines do need a lot of work and I keep forcing myself to feel good while I make all these mistakes. Like I'm just forcing myself to feel good, right? And that's my box and I'm bringing it down here and now I need to think about the diagonal cross sections, right? So I think something like this is, and I already lost the box again while I did that, but I think something like that is okay. And then I think I'm trying to calculate the overall box, right? Something like, it's like this, right? There you go. And again, trying to keep it all in perspective still, right? And I'm going to constantly obviously keep changing the angles because it's important to challenge ourselves and to constantly, and while I'm talking, by the way, I'm really trying to think about the overall box and the diagonal cross sections and everything that's occurring, right? But it's very, very, very important to always be thinking and always be challenging ourselves. Like right now, I'm like really, really trying to zoom out and see this entire diagonal cross section of this box, right? Everything comes down to just visualization and calculation, you know, in terms of making things a lot easier for yourself to understand space. Like, I feel as if that can never be stated enough. Like, it can't be overstated, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is like, it genuinely can't be overstated, right? So I'm trying to visualize now the feet as well, right? So what is happening here? Well, let me get, because that is diagonal. Yeah, the feet are diagonal. So I'm in a lot of discomfort because I'm losing my calculations and my working memory is absolutely taxed, but I'm trying to visualize the entire box where I'm trying to get, I got this diagonal and I got this diagonal roughly. Now I need to get the even more subtle. There you go, like this diagonal. And then I already am zooming out. I'm already losing it quite a bit, but I'm trying to get the other one as well, right? Let's see. I'm trying to get the other. Oh God, I can't even see it. Oh, this is so good, bro. This is okay. This is the mental model. Like this is the first step towards building the robust mental model for understanding this. Because at the end of the day, that is what I want. I want to be able to put everything inside a box and then to fucking geometrically calculate everything. So I'm trying to see the box. This is the center. I'm trying to bring it out, right? And then this is the, yeah, okay. And then this is the subtle one, and this is the other subtle one, right around so. There you go. That level of subtlety is exactly what I was trying to do, right? But I'm still having a lot of trouble visualizing what this box should look like in terms of like how big it is, right? Like in terms of the proportions for the figure itself, right? That is something that I'm still gonna struggle with, but for the time being, let's get the line work to be decent because I'm still trying to focus on visualizing while I'm getting these lines down. You'll see from this angle, it looks kind of retarded, right? So like it's a work in progress. Like look, it looks okay, but Definitely, it's like childlike proportion. So I still need to figure out the box that this is going to be a part of, and then while I do this, I'm trying to zoom out. I'm really trying to zoom out and trying to think about the hand, right? Trying to really zoom out because it's extremely difficult to zoom out and like think about an entire box and the perspective while also applying a line while zooming in, right? Like these hands are probably way too big. And again, I'm trying to, what am I doing? Like, why, this is wrong. This is a beautiful mistake because it's supposed to be at the center of the hand, right? It's supposed to be at the center of this little spot. And then this is obviously supposed to be a line. And then I have to align this as well here, right? And I think I made quite the error. Looks okay. It doesn't look too bad, but it looks pretty shit. So, and then same with here. Like I'm trying to make sure that this is aligned accurately in the center. And I'm trying to obviously, again, I'm really, and I'm struggling a lot right now because my working memory is trying to hold in multiple grid points at once in my mind, right? But that's why I just have to keep moving forward, AOT style. Anyways, I know that didn't really sound like any Attack on Titan theme, but still, there you go. Okay, so what does that look like? In this side, looks okay. Looks okay. But yeah, like that was incredibly difficult. And what was I trying to visualize while I was doing all this? I was trying to visualize this. Right, I was trying to visualize a box. And I was trying to center it accordingly, like so. Right, and you can see it's a little bit off there because that's off. And I drew the box wrong. And I was trying to visualize this. Right? Trying to visualize this. And this box is in the middle, so obviously like we don't see the edge of this box. Comes down here, comes out there, and then I was trying to visualize this, and then I was trying to visualize this and this, right? And then this center line as well, right? And then this and this, like this one, like these miniature diagonal cross sections as well, right? And you can see like I got this one pretty decent, right? This center line, like this diagonal cross section, this one is pretty similar. This one and this one's pretty, this one actually could have been better. Yeah, you see like this one's like this and this one's going this way. And then for the legs, this one's pretty decent. I mean, actually this could have been better too. Like this one is a lot more and this one isn't. So like this one's a lot more pronounced and this leg angle is nowhere near that. But what about this one? This one's pretty good. So I obviously struggle with the opposite angle, right? But, and the hands are too big. But did I make it, now the real question is, like, are the legs too small, right? Like, what is the proportion? What is the ratio? I guess if anything, I should have it just for the time. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I was going to say, because, like, this is technically the center and it goes down right around here, right? Actually, that's wrong too. So that's the center. That's the center, right? Because this is the center point. So we need to find geometric logic to make it so. Yeah, honestly, so the torso should be down here, right? Like the torso should probably end right here. And the neck should be smaller. The neck should be like 1/3. Yeah, it should be 1/3. Right now, this neck is not 1/3 because this neck is roughly this long. So this length is like half the fucking, yeah, it's more than half the head. So it needs to be 1/3. Roughly. Okay, yeah, that's good. So okay, we're getting ratios down and we're getting an understanding of the geometric spatial reasoning system we're trying to build. And of course, at the same time, I'm constantly gonna try my best to visualize through the box. Like this is how we can constantly tax our brain, by the way. This is how we can make things a lot more difficult depending on the level that we're at, right? Which is always see the box, always see through the box, always see every single diagonal cross section on the box, always put it in the center, right? And then find specifically the points where you want things to meet, right? And like how you want these ratios to be meeting. And this feels fucking amazing. Like this level of difficulty, I'm definitely in a state of desirable difficulty right now because that was very good. And again, like I just want to keep pushing my working memory, taxing it, and the new goal is to tax it while applying, because this is different than the portrait roadmap, which is like it's all intensive geometric spatial reasoning to build a schema, right? Like this one is same thing. Yeah, I'm building a schema, but because I'm trying to get as many reps in for like the actual mannequin in and of itself, and because there wasn't like 15 layers like there is with the fucking portrait geometric spatial reasoning, this one is actually great because I still build a schema, I still think very, very hard about intensive spatial reasoning, but I'm also getting the reps in and I get to like try to get that balance between like applying fast outside of my zone of discomfort, right? To try to be in as much discomfort as possible, but also visualize as much as I can while I do it, and also zoom out. So it's all transferable skills that I'm building based on the schema, the mental model, and the geometric spatial reasoning. Good shit. My voice hurts. I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do the same. All right, cool. Let's keep going. But yeah, I honestly think Antonio's a fucking genius. I don't know if like he specifically like is the only one who's come up with this. Probably not. There's probably been people who came up with their own versions of mannequins, but I just love how he essentially made it 2.5D, right? Which is, hey, like the head being three-dimensional is important. The neck is important. Like these are all important. The hands, the fucking feet. But don't worry too much about this for the time being, right? That's basically like, it's like the bridge. And then when I get to the mannequins, fucking hundreds, not hundreds, probably like 20, 30 hours later, right? Because this is not as intensive as the other ones, right? Then it's gonna be good. Like it's gonna be good. I can focus on really thinking about what's it called? Anyways, like I'm trying to like really just like I'll have intuited a lot of these proportions and these perspectives, but this is already very difficult, right? I'm trying to think about the box again, right? I'm trying to think about the box. I'm thinking about the center line. I'm trying to think about the overall box, right? This is my box. It's very difficult to think about a box that's this big, obviously. So, and I'm trying to see through the box as well. Trying to see the diagonal cross sections, diagonal cross section, diagonal cross section, diagonal cross section, bottom one diagonal cross section. Right? I'm really taxing my working memory, and I'm trying to get the center line, and then this is just, and this is in the center of the center line. So that's another thing. Is like I want the feet to be exactly placed in the center of the center. So let's say this is the edge, right? Again, this is all going to be great geometric spatial reasoning. Like that's where the feet should be, like right there and like in the center of this. And actually that's pretty good, right? Like same thing here, you know, right in the fucking center. That one's actually pretty off, but that's because I made it too big as well. There's a few things that are off about this. Maybe I just didn't draw it right, but that's a lot to visualize, right? That's a fucking lot to visualize, and that's exactly what I want. Is like I want to constantly be taxing. Like right now, my working memory is extremely taxed because I'm trying to visualize the center of the center. So it's we got the bottom plane, we got the diagonal cross section, and then I got the center line here, and then another diagonal cross section, and that's exactly where I want my feet to be. And then I have to see through the form so I can zoom out, and then also apply the foot. And I zoomed in right now, so I lost the perspective, but I'm constantly trying to zoom out because the goal again is to see the invisible lines. The goal again is to balance between seeing the invisible lines and applying the lines while seeing them. And my working memory is extremely taxed right now because again I'm zoomed in right now, but I'm constantly trying to hold the perspective, right? I'm constantly trying to hold the perspective. And again, like now I'm trying to think like, okay, so this is the center. I'm trying to zoom out here. This is also the center, right? Because this is my center point. This is the center plane. So right around here somewhere, hopefully, right, is my other center line. And this is why I can see myself being here for a while, because this is just inherently very difficult. And to align these is also very difficult. I think already it's slightly misaligned by like a millimeter or so, right? And while I'm talking, I'm constantly trying to visualize this, right? Let's not forget, I'm constantly trying to visualize this. And it's also a very difficult skill, by the way, to start from the bottom up, to like place things in front of each other. Like this thing has always taken me a lot of time to get down, right? And I think I made this foot a little bit too close, so that's a beautiful mistake, and I can feel good about it. Oh, see, that line is incorrect because I angled it a bit too much, right? So, and because I think maybe like I put this foot a bit too close, this mannequin might be impinging, I guess, or infringing, not impinging, what the fuck, infringing upon the rights of this mannequin, right? But I need to take a step back, I need to keep visualizing, and then I need to think about what is the angle? What is the angle? So I need to, again, see this entire box, see the middle line, see the diagonal cross section, this is the center point. I need to take a step back, go all the way back and be like, okay, it meets at the center. So we know for a fact that the waist meets at the center, right? And actually, okay, I need to take a step back because this is actually really hard to visualize, but the waist meets at the center. So where is my box? My box is like right around here. Maybe this is the center line, right around there. And It's like it depends. It actually changes based on the size of the box that I make, right? So obviously, while I want the box to be consistent in of itself, what matters is the relational proportions, perspective, and placement based on the size of the box. The size of the box can change. The length of this rectangular box can change, right? But as long, like, no matter if it's like this or if it's like this or if it's like this, right? As long as these relations exist, then the proportions, while this leg is bigger, this is a bit like medium big, and then this one's tinier, right? The proportions will stay the same, and that's the whole point, like in relation to each other. So I'm really trying to visualize, I'm really trying to zoom out, and it's extremely hard because basically what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to visualize the entire plane, I'm trying to visualize the center point and the diagonal cross section. This is where the center point of the feet are, right? And then I'm trying to zoom out, I'm trying to hold that, and I'm trying to think like, okay, make the entire box now, make the entire box, see through the entire box, right? And that's already extremely difficult. It's beautiful. And this is where I'm taking a step back and like slowing down and trying to think, right? Because drawing is thinking at the end of the day. Don't forget, drawing is thinking. So I'm trying to see the entire box, right? And now I'm trying to think like, okay, where is this is the center point, right? This is roughly the center point. So what is the diagonal looking like? Like right here, like what is that diagonal? So it's something like this, I think. And I also have to think like, okay, where's the center point? The center point is roughly right around here. So I must, if that's right around here, so it's something like, so there's quite a few calculations. I guess might as well explain what I'm trying to think about. So this is what, like, let's say this is the top plane and this is the bottom plane, right? This is where the feet are. It's like this. Yeah. And this right here, this is where the feet are, like this is the foot, right? And then this is the center point. So I have to think about this center point. This is very important. And then I have to think about this diagonal and that diagonal, because that's what this foot is. And then it's coming down and it's meeting right at the center point right around here, but it's obviously in the middle. So it has to be right around here roughly. And this one's right around there roughly, right? Because this is the center point. Like this is the center point of the box, like the middle point based on the depth of this right here. Like this is the middle. Right, so there's a lot to think about because this has to be accurately placed in proportion to that. So I'm gonna just try my best. I'm gonna fucking try to hold all this in my mind to the best of my ability, and then just fucking yeet it. Right? Fucking say all that shit, and then we're just yeeting it anyways. Okay, and I think it's a little bit too much, but I'm really trying to, again, it all comes down to just the box, the fucking seeing through the box, seeing the diagonal cross sections, and then just holding it to the best of my ability while applying it. And that is the beauty of drawing, is the fact that we can even achieve something like this. There you go, right? And that might be the center point, that might not be. I just lost the entire box because I'm zoomed in. I'm trying to draw this, right? But the point is, like, you just keep fucking trying to understand. Again, like, I'm just trying to zoom out because I'm zoomed in right now seeing this, but I'm trying to zoom out and trying to, this angle is a bit too little. I think that's also a bit too little, right? But I'm trying to zoom out, I'm trying to see the entire box. I'm really trying to see this entire box and like zoom out again, right? And then, yeah, like this is not enough of an angle. It should have been more. It should definitely have been more. It should 100% have been more pronounced, but it's okay. We made the mistake. Now we deal with it, right? And same thing here. Connect this over here. But this is beautiful because now I know, like, there's so much room to get better at this. Like, this is the price of just fucking trying, right? And then again, let's bring this up here, right? Because this box, if this is my center point, then this cannot be too long. And trust me, there's a lot of mistakes. I'm making quite a few mistakes. And again, trying to see the box, trying to see this box, this diagonal, that diagonal. So this is roughly like this. And then what's the, oof, this is so hard to think about, but what's the other diagonal like? Is it like this? It might be like this. There you go. And I am obviously making a lot of mistakes with my lines, like genuinely a lot of mistakes, right? Like that's just par for the course, but it's beautiful because what I'm building again is geometric spatial reasoning, and based on those calculations, I'm making a mannequin inside of it, right? A very simple 2D mannequin, but a mannequin nonetheless, right? So, and now I need to think about the overall, again, this is the center of the neck. Let's get the neck right around there. It's pretty small. It's only 1/3 of the head, right? So I have to make sure that is accurate as well. And then we got, this is in the center. And I'm really trying to zoom out while while seeing this head, right? Because this head's coming out there. And there you go. There you go. Something like this. This could have a lot of mistakes, but I mean, this definitely has a lot of mistakes, but I'm like zoomed in right now. I can barely see. Oh, see, I forgot the fucking arm or the hand. And I'm making some beautiful, beautiful mistakes with the line work right now, which is exactly what I need, right? We just need to keep making as many mistakes as possible in order to genuinely, okay, let me zoom out again. I'm trying to zoom out. I'm trying to see the fucking form, right? And like, yeah, this box is a lot bigger than I thought. Oh my god. See, like I couldn't even, and this box might be completely inaccurate too. Like this is so, so difficult. Right, because this box is quite large. And actually, maybe this did hit. Okay, like, and this is off placement as well. I thought this, I was trying to align this to the center of this arm, but it wasn't aligned at all. But there you go. Oh, that was incredibly difficult. And just constantly trying to visualize this in the box. Now that I drew it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can see it in the box, but can I really? No, not really. So let me again, and this is gonna just reinforce my own understanding as well, right? Like constantly drawing the underlying geometry that I'm visualizing, right? Like roughly around here, I believe. So see, like, and it's not even like, as you can see, I don't even have the clearest of ideas as to where this box is, but trying to think about a box that's this large, like that's the plane, and then again, this is roughly what I was, not roughly, this is exactly what I was trying to visualize, not roughly, it's roughly what I was capable of, but this is exactly what I was trying to visualize, right? And then this is, again, in the center, like that was supposed to be in the center there. So I placed this plane wrong because my calculations were incorrect, but I was trying to visualize this, and then we bring it all the way out, right? And I could barely bring it out, like I could genuinely barely bring it out, right? There you go. Fuck, see, I made that too long. And then I was trying to visualize this, right? These diagonal cross sections. Obviously, I was trying to see through the box as well on the other side, right? I was trying to see through the box. Fuck, I fucked that box up so badly. I was trying to see through the box on the other side. Oh my god, it's all over the place. But hopefully you can understand what I was trying to do. You probably can't because I completely fucked it up. But like this is the center point. It comes down here. And that's the center point. This head was supposed to be in the middle, but I think actually should have extended this box a little bit more outward, right? Maybe a little bit more outward because the head's supposed to be in the center. There's a lot to try to fucking think about. Ignore this. Like, hopefully you understand the intent, what I was trying to do, but like, damn, it is so fun. This is actually so fun. I'm gonna rest my brain, and I'm like, I have a whole nother level of just geometric spatial reasoning to focus on now, which is great. Like, this is just a different application of the same thing. So you know what? I think this is equally as hard as the portrait one because I have to think about the entire fuckery of the geometric volume, and then I have to draw this inside of it, which is beautiful, and I'm making a lot of mistakes. So I just, again, force myself to feel good. I'm gonna keep resting my brain. I mean, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well, right? We probably got like one rep left before it's the hour mark. But yeah, let's keep resting. And I want to explicitly say, like, this is all very uncomfortable for me. Like, I'm constantly thinking, and it's a very different type of uncomfortable because I haven't practiced different things in a while, right? I have been practicing intensive geometric spatial reasoning, which is why even when I haven't been drawing technically, like physically that much, I've still been able to reason to this extent, right? And draw something like that from my imagination to that extent. But to be able to, like now doing something different and like completely being a beginner again, it's uncomfortable, but it feels great because it's uncomfortable because I'm really trying to tax my working memory. With that being said, please rest your brain, and I will do the same. And this stuff is like much harder and much slower in the beginning until it compounds, right? Like this is the more slow and more methodological or methodical, I don't know what the fuck the appropriate word for that is, but it's the more specific way to go about it, right? Like this is slower. There's a lot more thinking, which is the way it should be, by the way. That's the way it should be. It's like this is slower, there's a lot more thinking, there's a lot more taking a step back and like really trying to visualize, right? And understand the geometry of what we're drawing and like visualize the space in of itself, right? Like this, ignore the box that I drew here. This is like completely fucking wrong. And that's another thing. I'm really trying to figure out the balance between, like, I don't want to be rushing, right? I still want to think as clearly as possible. Like right now, let's see, let's try another angle. Okay, I got an angle down. But like right now, I still want to think as clearly as I can while I'm drawing, right? Like I still don't want to be, and like it's extremely difficult because right now, like just while applying this line, I've already been practicing. Like I'm already visualizing the overall box, but am I doing it correctly? Who knows? But you can see my lines are suffering too because it's really hard to think about this overall box. Because what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about the box, diagonal cross section, that's the center, where I'm trying to maintain that as much as possible while I do this, right? I'm really trying to get the overall perspective down, not trying to foreshorten it too much, right? And then we got the neck here, and again, like the second I start focusing on any sort of form in here, I lose the overall box. So I'm really trying to think just in terms of like the overall box right now. And that's very difficult because it's really hard to imagine a box on this scale. Genuinely, it is. Like this is a very large scale box to visualize and hold in my mind, which is exactly what I want. Like we want to keep pushing, and I'm making so many mistakes and I'm really, really, really trying to hold it in my mind. I'm really trying to zoom out. I'm not even looking here anymore. I'm like looking just generally. Like I'm trying to keep my vision relatively, and again, like now I'm looking here, but I am in general trying to keep my vision relatively, and again I'm seeing through this form as well, but I'm trying to keep it relatively what's the word I'm looking for, like relatively zoomed out, right? I'm trying to make it relatively zoomed out. And I think this was a mistake as well in terms of the ellipse that I drew for this bottom part of the cylinder, right? And now I'm trying to think about the overall box, right? Like where it's positioned. I'm really trying to think about that, and now I'm calculating the edge of that box in accordance with the shoulder, right? Like this t-shirt torso, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Because this is the box right around here, this is the center, and I'm really trying to zoom out and see the entire thing, and then this is the edge of that, and this is taxing my working memory quite a bit. I probably could have made the perspective a bit different. Like I think I could have made the perspective a bit different. It's too similar to this, but it's okay. It's what it is. It's what it is. And now I'm trying to zoom out again. I'm really trying to zoom out and trying to think overall about this entire box, right? And I'm trying to see the box at the end, and I'm also trying to see the diagonal cross sections, right? I'm trying to, oof, this is so fucking difficult. I love this, but I'm trying to see the diagonal cross sections, because never, like, the biggest thing is like this figure, just like it is with the portrait schema that I was building, is perfectly encompassed inside the box, right? So the top of the box is where the top of the head is, right? Like if this is the top of the box, it's not as if the figure is placed underneath. Like this is why it's such a good way to practice your spatial reasoning. It's not placed underneath and you have this little gap, right? It's actually placed right here, and it's in the center. It's in the center, right? Like it's in there. So it's like it's placed right against it, and that's why, like, and all these things are right against it, right? So actually, more than anything, one thing I just realized right now is like the arms are what at the edge of the box, right? So the arms are at the edge of the box. So that's another thing I need to keep in mind. It's like it's not the hands, sorry, it's not the shoulders, but the arm is at the edge of the box. So that's another really important thing to keep in mind. So I'm really, again, trying to zoom out, trying to really see this entire box, right? Trying to really see it, diagonal cross section. And now I'm going to trying to get this diagonal, right? Now, sorry, when I said this, yeah, okay, I know that was the right diagonal cross section. Sometimes I fucking confuse myself, bro. But anyways, I'm trying to see this diagonal, because again, Antonio did really recommend to make it a bit more foreshortened, get the angles down, right? And let's see, something like right around here, and then that. See, I just zoomed out, I just zoomed in again, but I see it, and I see this diagonal cross section right around here. I think this is a good pace to go at, because this is actually like something where I can draw, I can be relatively not fast, but I can be I could still get my mileage of the line work in, but I could also really visualize, right? Exactly. Because like it's so hard to think about a box that is outside of this, because it's so easy to zoom in and only look at the perspective that exists rather than what is encompassed inside, right? What I mean by that is like it's easy for me to just look at this plane's perspective rather than zoom out completely and be like, oh wait, no, there's a box like right here, right? It's really hard to zoom out to that extent and be like, oh wait, no, now bring it down, right? Like now bring it all the way down. Now see this, right? Like it's extremely hard to do this, to actually see this entire box, right? That is hard, but it's easier and the mind is more comfortable looking exactly here. But that's not how it should be, right? Like, or that's not the goal. The goal is not for it to be like that, but or the goal is to not see that, right? It's to see beyond that. But anyways, I'm fucking really trying to zoom out. Oh my god, this is so fucking fun. This is exactly what I missed in my art practice, bro. But anyways, like, where's the center point? Right, the center point's right around here. So, and again, like seeing this box, my brain is like very taxed trying to see this box, but like it's exactly what it needs. It's like, because it's the box keeps shifting. Same thing with the portrait schema. The box keeps shifting. It keeps moving because it's too big. It's too big for my brain to handle right now. But that's exactly what I need, right? That's exactly what I need. And this is roughly the center, I believe, right? This is roughly the center. And this is how you build intuition, by the way. You build intuition through, oh, and this is too small. See, like, that's not even aligned properly. Fuck it, we'll just add this for consistency. But it's, like, this is how you build intuition. You do intensive spatial reasoning. That is, again, intentional intensive spatial reasoning, right? And then it becomes quote-unquote intuitive because you see everything quote-unquote intuitively, i.e. you see the things that you spent hundreds of hours trying to actually see, right? And again, you see how my hand went this way, but that's completely wrong because the box is this way. So I even have trouble getting the perspective of the box right. And again, now I need to get the rough angle down. And again, this is the center, so that is a little bit more subtle. Nope, I did that wrong, but I'm trying to really zoom out. I'm trying to really calculate and zoom this out in my mind while I do this, right? But it's extremely difficult. And I'm pretty sure I made a lot of mistakes, right? Yeah, see, like, again, my proportions are too childlike, so I'm clearly missing something in the relation with my box in and of itself, right? So I think what's happening is definitely, like, I'm not able to visualize the center correctly, right? I'm not able to visualize the center correctly. Maybe the torso should have been longer. I think the torso should have definitely been longer. But that's a beautiful mistake, right? That's a beautiful mistake. And now again, I'm gonna really try. And while I'm doing this, like I am also constantly trying to focus on my lines. Maybe it doesn't seem like it because my lines are so fucking dog shit. But I am also, like, again, while I'm drawing this, I'm trying to zoom out and visualize the entire perspective, right? Like that's the goal. That's actually the schema, is like to visualize and zoom out this entire geometric box. Like what I'm trying to visualize in any angle, I've just taken that in. Like the goal now is to visualize essentially a roughly like an elongated box and to visualize this, right? That is the goal, to visualize this. And thankfully all my geometric spatial reasoning practice from portraits is helping with this, right? But that is the goal, to visualize essentially something like this, right? And then to get the center point as well, and to visualize that. And then, and obviously like on every single side as well. And then this goes inside of it, right? Like that is my goal. Again, like I'm fucking absolutely enamored by geometric spatial reasoning. Like that is, I fucking nut over that. Like that for me is, I don't care how long it takes. And again, even while I'm drawing this right now, I'm trying to zoom the fuck out and to see this entire box, right? Like, and to make sure that it's, so that means like I made this box a little too stout, right? Because the figure is too stout. Therefore the box is also too stout. But like that is what I'm trying to think about while I do this. Oh, what the fuck? Antonio's just, the video started playing for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, like that is a huge mistake. I made incredible mistakes there, right? And trust me, like this feels very uncomfortable. This is different. This is new. My brain does not compute, if you could say. Like my brain is like struggling quite a bit. But this is exactly what I need. Like this is exactly what I need, right? So, and this is also why I'm interleaving, because this is gonna force my brain to really think things through, right? Like really think things through, because I have to recall. Like recall is a big part of interleaving, from what I know, right? So that is what is going to allow me to constantly, like, I'll be constantly forced to retrieve. And this box is wrong. See, I placed this. You notice how I placed it incorrectly? And yeah, like, I didn't make this long enough because this is how long I wanted to make the box, but this is how long I ended up making it. Like, roughly like this long, right? So, like, you can see he's not really placed, he or she, this fucking whatever, the fucking male-centric language, what a piece of shit. Anyways, this is, like, not placed correctly. And again, like, this front right here, you know, that is the diagonal cross section that I wanted these to, this is relatively okay. This one is relatively okay following this. But then when I get the center line here, right, where is this even centered? Let's see. Oh, it is okay. It wasn't fully centered, but it was okay, right? So, and I actually drew the box slightly off, but like, it's lots of issues, lots of issues. Why? Because, actually, wait, hold on. No, this is actually how big I imagined the box. Interesting. And then we'll get the other side. No, there's some issues. There are definitely some issues. Like, I think yeah, well, this is all wrong because I placed the top plane or the top plane incorrectly in perspective. You see how, like, it's all shifted to the right? Because this is where and by the way, like, this is not what I visualized. Like, right now when I was calculating and trying to draw this over, that's where I fucked up, right? But this is beautiful. Like, I can spend so many hours on this, like at least 50 hours, not just on this, but like slowly improving my ability to see, right? And I'm gonna really hone this foundational thing, this foundational geometric spatial reasoning, like this box right here, because this is another thing. This is another beautiful thing where I can focus on just visualizing a giant fucking box with all the different cross sections and then placing my mannequin inside of it. So yeah, it's extremely difficult. My brain is definitely very taxed, and now I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well, like after the session, of course. But with that being said, right, that was great, man. That was great. And again, trust me, like, I feel uncomfortable. This is new. This is different. I'm making a lot of mistakes, and I'm just forcing myself to feel good about it because genuinely, like, because what has this done? What has this first practice session for doing mannequins in a very long time done? It's showcased to me just how much further I can take it, right? How much more I can fucking take it up the ass in terms of the geometric spatial reasoning, like how I can place these things, like how well and how much I can really push it. So here's 5 reps and here's to 500 more, right? Of just really, really, really trying to understand it. Because once I get this down, not once, when I get this down, yeah, once, same shit. But when I get this down, 100%, like, being able to do this, but with like positions and angles and dynamic foreshortening is going to be a lot easier. And this way, again, great way to practice my linemanship, right? But I'll be back later, not today, but next video for all of you, but later today for me, yeah, doing hands. And that's, again, I can't wait to see what geometric spatial reasoning schema I decide to build there, right? I'll probably be something into this. So I think I'll always obviously fall back to the box and the diagonal cross sections, right? But, and I know, like, I'm not doing a great job because I'm like half-assing the so like moving forward next time I won't half-ass it. I'll spend more time genuinely thinking in terms of like showing you exactly what I want, what I'm trying to build, because I feel as if, and I do apologize, I feel as if this is not giving you the understanding that I'm trying to give. But just know that, like, I have built the schema of understanding that it's about building, about visualizing this entire box, this large box, which is very difficult. So I'm really like, this is gonna be great, and like really zooming out and improving my spatial reasoning, right? And then placing the mannequin inside of that, right? And like, I'm still trying to figure out my logic for that as well. But at the very least, I know that the torso should be the center line, right? Like, the end of the torso should be the center line, or maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it should not at all. Maybe the center line should be the fucking belly button. So like somewhere here, right? Because legs maybe are slightly longer. If I look at the reference, yeah, the legs are basically 4 heads. Basically, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then the legs should be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I should probably, I'll think more about this. I'll be back in a couple of days doing this again because I'm interleaving. I can't speak, bro. This is like the most boys can do, but I'm excited. I'm very excited. This feels amazing, and I genuinely did put myself in a lot of friction. Like, I feel uncomfortable. I want to say again, and I'm just fucking yapping at this point. But just to let you know, like, even with the supposed level of skill I'm displaying here, right? Which is like, oh, like, yeah, some relative understanding of mannequins and all that shit. When you bring it down, when you strip it all the way back to the basics, again, fucking gluck, artwod, right? Like, Antonio Stapert's god tier, love that guy. He's the reason I can even do what I just showed you, right? I mean, I'm the reason I can do it, but he gave me the work, and then not the shortcut, right? Oh, their little slogan or whatever. Can't even make stupid voices to make it sound funny or whatever. Oh, the voice, not the haircut. There you go. That's the best I can do. But oh, I have a smoker cough. But anyways, like when you strip it all away to just the basics, and you're like, oh shit, this is how far I can take it. It's a beautiful feeling, and I'm gonna fucking grind my brain. Honestly, the next couple, like yeah, and I think this was a good balance in like 4 to 5 repetitions, i.e. mannequins is a good balance because my brain isn't comfortable. It can't visualize to the extent that it wants to because usually it takes a lot longer to really get a clear visualization. But that's reserved purely for the portrait roadmap, right? Everything else is just, we're gonna try to not speed run, but try to push our ability to visualize faster and calculate faster and hold it faster while applying the mark a little bit faster, right? As well as we can. That's the key distinction, as well as we can. This should, I think, without a doubt, over hundreds of repetitions, improve our ability and our efficiency to visualize, calculate, and apply faster, cleaner, and more effectively, right? And that's the goal. The goal isn't to be able to draw people. That's a byproduct. The goal is to be able to spatially reason and apply effectively, and more efficiently, right? But with that being said, I hope you really tried. I hope you put a lot of fucking effort in. And yeah, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.